Gentlemen, today's the Hindu newspaper of 21st May 2024. In that we have first news is about urban apathy drives down polling to 60.4%. Friend, as you know that in the election has been going on in India, and in that elections we have conducted the election in the five phases. In that the last phase has in their final stage, and in that we have noticed the trend of urban apathy. Urban apathy stands for the conditions where people are not willing to vote due to their lack of interest and their any other reasons. This is a very highly considerable topic in the Maharashtra region of Mumbai, Thane, and the Lucknow. Friend, this is not good for a pluralistic democracy or to maintain the regular functioning of democracy. We should vote because it is our right, and once in a 5 year phenomena. We should celebrate it as like an fair or like a festival, and it is the festival of democracy. Friend, another news for this election is come from Jammu and Kashmir, where in Paramula the voting percentage is very high as compared to the it break the record of 1990 1906. This so that the people are coming out from their home and willingly participate in the election process of India. And this is positive news after the abrogation of Article 370. The people of Jammu and Kashmir are slowly but gradually becoming the part of mainstream development of India. Friends, move on to the second news is about the helicopter crash in which Iranian president killed and along with his foreign minister. This is a very big setback for the Iranian government and the people of Iran, because Iranian people are have continuously lost many big public figure in their own country. Earlier, the head of Islamic Republic Guard has lost or assassinated by Israel. Their attack on their nuclear site, the attack and the assassinations of their nuclear scientists, and now the demise of their president and foreign affairs minister is quite setback for the Iran. Now, the supreme leader of Iran has give assurance to the people of Iran that the country work will be will be going good, and no need to worry. Everything is under the control. Very soon, the successor of Iranian president will came, and in the upcoming day, the election will be held on 28th June. And friend, move on to the next news. Friend, next news is about the internal security of India. Recently, the Gujarat anti-terrorist squad has arrested four Sri Lankan nationals allegedly linked with the Islamic State. Friend, as we have seen, there are the challenges to the Indian infrastructures, and as recently the threat of ISIS-K and the terrorist activity in India is increasing. At least attempt from the Pakistan side is increasing in the desperation that they want to destabilize India. The government, the Gujarat ATS arrested four people, and they just get to know that they just follow the Sri Lankan route to enter in India, in which they just have like from Sri Lanka they just come first into the Chennai, and then they just have planned to target the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel airport. In the progress of India, it's sometime hamper the ambitions of Pakistan, and recently the taken over of Taliban over the Afghanistan is also a threat and case of increment in terrorist activity. We need to strengthen our border. We need to be our people need to be more aware and to curb this anti-terror activities in cooperation with our state authorities. The next news is about UK court allow WikiLeaks founders Assange to appeal extraditions to US. Friend, the WikiLeaks case is related to the revealing of US military and defense document, secret defense document, which has high degree of importance to the public domain. And for that, in 2010, violating the US Espionage Act, he has case in US, and then that time he left the US and work continue his work from outside the US. In that, the USA want the custody of Julian Assange from UK. Right now he is in UK, and UK give two conditions if the US wants the condition custody of Julian Assange. First, he has the right to free speech, and secondly, death penalty shouldn't be given to the Julian Assange. This is the case where we have to see the real face of USA, that how USA support the free speech, or should they just has a dual standard for India or for rest of the world. Recently, the wife of Julian Assange said that this is an attack on the whole journalists across the world. That's from my side in that news. Move on to the next. Gents, another news is about the AP Andhra Pradesh SIT finds lapses in investigation of poll violence cases. Friend, as we know that the police have filed 33 cases in Palnadu, Anantapur and Tirupati district of Andhra Pradesh, where election lately happened, and SIT chief says that 1,370 people had been involved in violence, 124 arrested. Friend, in the recent time, the post-election violence or pre-election circumstances are become a major challenge to the democracy of India. We often see that after the election, the accident, the fight between communities and the criminal activities take place, like in Bengal or in Manipur, or in recently Andhra Pradesh is another state that joined the list. That is not good for a pluralistic democracy, and we need to improve. I like to know the opinion of yours, how we can improve this apart from the strengthening the law enforcement agencies and use of technological. The talking about the editorial section of today's newspaper. In this article, the first talk about a closer contest. Women voters seems to be hold the key as election reach the business end, and the second is about the death of president of Iran, and the third one is about the critical times call for strong judicial educations, and talk about the rule and amendment of CAA and the involvement and the responsibility of the Supreme Court of India as acting on time. And the another is about the another crash, another high profile passengers, talking about the lapses and the way forward to improve this air attack. And in that, the Captain A Mohan also talk about the how should be pilot trained in all weather situations and the more efficiency in terms, and throw some light on the people who has lost their life, like the general our first chief of defense staff General Bipin Rawat has lost their life in Air Force Mi-17 helicopters near Kurnool, Tamil Nadu, and the Andhra Pradesh CM has lost their life. This should be like improve, and he talk about the way forward in this editorial.